All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to North End Comedy Night. We get everybody's attention for just a second, We are starting a comedy show here. It's going to be going for just over an hour, so I'm going to ask everybody if you can put your focus up here, and we have some seats come fill in. My name is Rick Larkin. I am the host of this comedy show. So let's give a round of applause for Everett. Let's give a round of applause. Everett is coming out tonight supporting live comedy. That's awesome. And I'm looking around, I see lots of eyeballs. You guys look amazing. If I wasn't mistaken, this would look almost like a Marysville crowd, right? It doesn't look Everett. No, I'm just joking. You guys look good. You guys look way better than Marysville. Come on now. Now, I'm a local kid. I came up in this area, so seeing sporties come out and support live comedy is very important. We're trying to get more of this going on, so I hope you guys have fun, okay? I want to mention a couple things. Sporty's obviously hosting this. If you look across the street and just up the way on your way out, there is an automotive shop named BJ's Automotive. They are a sponsor. They are also a small local business that's supporting this show as well. So if you have a busted up car and you need some help, please check them out. We're going to be handing out some of their pens later as well, okay? You need it up? Volume up? All right, let's do it.
Fire that shit up here.
He's standing.
How about now? Is that too loud? That's good. Can you guys hear me in the bar? Ignore me if you can't hear me in the bar. All right, yeah. I think we're pretty good here, guys. All right, so we're going to start this show off. Like I said, we're going to turn down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We don't want that screeching sound right there. So, do we have any birthdays in the crowd? Any celebrations? Whoa, we do. You have a birthday? All right, yeah, guys, we got a birthday up here. All right, let's give a round of applause. All right. What in the hell? Sorry, guys, I'm trying to navigate this feedback. Let's turn that right. All right, how old are you, sir?
31.
Turning 31? 31, all right. Do we have any other birthdays in the crowd? Hey, Poppy. Hey, Poppy. Poppy, what's up? You have a birthday or what? Okay, we got another birthday out there. All right. Let's give a round of applause. Any special celebrations, wedding anniversaries? Anything else? No? Hey, let's give it up for mothers, though. It's Mother's Day tomorrow, right? Everybody clap it up. Clap it up. I'm gonna try to step back and see if that's causing the feedback. I'm the test dummy for the comics to make sure we get this going right. All right, are there any mothers in the crowd? Who's a mother? Who's a mother? We got mother. All right, we got some mothers out there. I do my part for the mothering community because I'm a motherfucker, so keep them safe away from me. No, I'm just playing with you guys. So, yeah. Now, tonight we're going to have a tip jar going around, and I hope y'all got a good sense of humor. You'll see me walking around with this. If you care to show your support for comedy, you can throw something in there. If you don't, that's fine. There's no obligation. This is brought to you by Sporties. On the front it says, just a tip, please. Just kidding, I'll take the whole damn thing. So please don't get offended. We're doing comedy here. We're trying to make people laugh, so we got a tip jar. Also, we have the waitresses and we got the wait staff. Don't forget the wait help. Please make sure to tip them correctly, all right, guys? All right, let's see. I got a rundown of things here to do. We have some prizes for those of you paying attention and laughing. There's going to be prizes handed out. The comics are going to tell me who to tag for that, so I'm going to be going on that. All right, guys. Couple rules. We got to get a couple rules before we get started. As I can kind of not hear myself, we got a lot of side talk going on. So I'm going to ask that if you can please give your attention to the comic when they have the microphone. It's very important to make sure that we have a very clean and fun show. Thank you guys. I heard it quiet down already a little bit. I really appreciate it, okay? Number 2. Y'all hear that feedback? I want to get this worked out before we...
I didn't sign up for these conditions.
Sorry. Whoa. Is that... It's making it worse. I think it needs to be further away.
You're going to stand behind it?
And this is why we do sound checks, but you know.
Sweetie pie.
Wet one.
All right, sporties, you guys still with me? Are you still with me out there? Give it a round of applause. Let's get the energy back in here. We got the sound issues. We're going to try to work it out. All right. So we're going over rules. Number one, please make sure to give the comedian your attention. It's very important for us to have a nice, clean show. Secondly, this is comedy. Comedy is an art. So just like if you're going on an art walk and you see something you don't like, walk away from it. If you don't like something, pass it on, right? Because there's going to be something else that you're going to have a good time with. And number three, has Will Smith and Dave Chappelle taught anybody in this audience anything? No approaching the comedy zone up here. This is right here. Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square right here. So please do not approach the comics. We're not going to be tolerating any type of bullshit with that. In between comics, if it's getting a little rowdy, I'm going to do my best to reel it back in. We want to make sure to give our attention the best way possible. Now, I get to give you guys an introduction of who's coming up for this show. Can I get Ryan to raise his hand? We got a comedian, Ryan, right here. Ryan is the grinder of the group right here. I didn't say on Grindr. He is not on Grindr, the gay dating app. He is a grinder comedian out there working, sharpening his knife in comedy, okay? Last time I opened Grindr, I did not see him there, okay? And I can't believe I just said that out loud. All right, so we'll leave that. We have two special guests for you guys with a Disney theme. We have Beauty and the Beast. Zanae, can you raise your hand? We got the beauty right over here. Zanae's coming from Federal Way. Fun, flirty. She's going to be telling you all sorts of jokes. It's going to be amazing. And then we got the beast back here, Brandon White. Round of applause for Brandon White. Brandon White's coming from the South End. He's got as many jokes as you can handle tonight. Just don't try to take something from him because he can't run very fast and catch you, okay? Just be easy on Brandon over there. We also have a feature. The feature comic, Aaron Yankoski. Is he out there? Or is he out? There he is. There's this guy right here. This guy right here is Aaron Yankoski. He's going to be bringing energy. He comes by way of Yuma, Arizona, through Texas, to Seattle. He is going to be doing that 100% energy. He's going to be giving it all tonight. So he ain't going to have to ask for your attention. You're going to give it to him right away. And then we have a very special guest here tonight as your headliner. We have Ashley Rushing. Put your hand up right there. We got Ashley Rushing. Yes, sir. This man is 100% unfiltered ridiculousness. Father of two. He's going to come up and bring his real life experience and get you guys to laugh, okay? So that right there is a pretty stacked lineup. Myself, Rick Larkin. I used to go by the name White Boy Rick, but I'm like the baby Jesus. I had to change my name for political reasons. So I now go by my government name as Rick Larkin because I don't want to deal with no bullshit, okay? I'm your appetizer tonight. And I get it. I look more like a buffet, right? I look a little bit more like a buffet. But if I'm your appetizer, that means these comics I just introduced you to are going to kill it tonight, okay? So I'm going to tell you about that. Has anybody else grown up poor out here? Anybody know what it's like to grow up poor? I got one, we got two. I grew up poor. It wasn't the type of poor where I had to worry about cockroaches. I didn't live in the Section 8 housing or anything like that, right? I grew up suburban poor. I grew up KFC poor. And I know some of you are licking your lips thinking about chicken, and I'm not talking about Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm talking about Kmart. I'm talking about food stamps. I'm talking about no Costco. Myself growing up, we didn't have the pizza bagels and all that cool shit my neighbor kids had from Costco. I felt very envious of it. The only thing we had was powdered milk. We got that from the food bank. Anybody had powdered milk? No, it's not good, right? It's not good. And everyone wants to talk about government cheese. I have government peanut butter. Government peanut butter was just that was not good. We also had food stamps. Does anybody know what a food stamp is? I know some of y'all know. Some of y'all know about EBT cards, right? That's the undercover broadcast where you can pretend like it's a Visa when you're going through. Like nobody knows it's EBT, right? Until the cashier is like, "No, you can't buy lotto tickets on EBT." Then you're kind of outed in front of everybody, right? I didn't have a chance to undercover that shit. I had food stamps. I had a government book of Monopoly money for food I had to carry around. So my mom would send me down to the store to get my milk, get the milk and the groceries, and I'd have to carry this out. They had 5s, they had 10s, they had 20s, and I would have to hand over this stamp to get my food. And I'd try to break it, buy something for $1 with a $5 and get some dollar bills back, some real money, so I could buy some candy. They made $1 bills too in that shit. So I come from food stamps. Food stamps was a trip growing up. The other thing I grew up with is Kmart. Are there any? I don't even know if there's Kmarts anymore, right? They just closed a couple of them. Anybody guys remember Blue Light Special Kmart? We'd go in there, yeah. My mom would take me there, and she'd say we'd be shopping for Christmas stuff, we'd be shopping for school stuff. She'd say, honey, I want you to pick anything you want. And I'd fill that car up. All right, guys, stay with me. Oh, fill that car right up, right? We'd get up to the front, and I'd ask for an icy, and she'd say, no icy. And I'm like, what the hell? I got a cart full of stuff. I can't get $1 icy. The problem was we weren't just Kmart poor. We were Kmart layaway poor. Which means that cart does not go home. That cart goes to the back there, they fill out a little slip, and you got to make payments on the damn thing. You can't even take nothing home, right? So I end up, by the time we pay off that bill, I end up showing up to school in 2-year outdated MC Hammer pants and a fucking JoJo Siwa t-shirt. Right, don't hate, okay? High school was rough showing up like that, man, my broke ass. That's part of the reason I quit high school. Well, actually, they kind of fired me, if I'm going to be honest. That's kind of the same thing like Will Smith quit the Oscars, right? Nah, they were going to fire his ass. Like, no. Now, my mother is here tonight, so I'm going to ask you guys just to give a quick round of applause. This lady in pink right here is my mom. It is Mother's Day tomorrow, and it's really great that I get to do this with her in the audience. And I grew up with a single mom. I didn't have a dad around. And I learned from that if you're going to be a deadbeat fucking dad, there's one thing you should not do. Any guesses? What should you not do if you're going to be a deadbeat dad? Anything? Nobody's got anything to this, right? Don't name your kid after you. I was named Richard Arlen Larkin III, motherfucker. And you gonna disappear from my life? So every day I gotta write my name, I gotta think about his dumbass not being there? Yeah, that's exactly what this motherfucker did. So I'm grateful for my mom. She took care of me, she raised me. Times were hard. Being a single mom with 3 kids, you gotta know how to lay down the law. My mom knew how to lay down the law. This woman, she brought the 70s with her. She brought the switch. Round of applause. Anybody been whooped with a switch? Oh, not a round of applause. She's not even willing to clap for that, because you remember it, right? You remember that switch. My mama told me, she goes, go get a switch. I said, what's that? She goes, go to that branch, go to the bush right there and take off a branch that I can whoop you with. And I made the mistake as a young man of picking the skinniest, thinnest one. The most flexible one that hurt the most, that would cut through the fucking skin, right? I made that mistake. She also had another thing. She had a love for wood spoons. Whooping my ass with wood spoons. The problem with wood spoons, she would soon find out, is that if you hit hard enough, they break, right? So the scariest time around our house was when me, my brother, and my sister heard that Sarah, the Tupperware lady, was on her way. Mom was about to re-up. And we got to listen to my mom trying to talk to this Tupperware lady, say, oh yeah, I need some durable spoons for my cooking. Like the shit you are, you don't need that for cooking. She got the ones with the slats in the middle of the ladle so you can whoop my ass and leave a tattoo mark. Like, god damn. It was rough. And then the last thing I'll tell you about, because it's about time that I bring up one of these other comedians I'm going to tell you about. She would use the soap in the mouth. In our house, if we swore, you had to take a bite of soap, bar soap. And I learned, and I was like, okay, she gonna clap on me because I'm swearing, so I'm going to grit my teeth together so that when she puts that, she can't get the soap in my mouth, right? And she would see that. It was kind of like being on a bad date with like a woman on a bad date, right? You keep your mouth shut, nothing's going to go in it, right? So I try to keep my mouth shut. She would take the soap and grind it in my teeth, and it would get all up in here. But my mom was a gangster because she didn't just use that cheap dollar store soap. She went out and got Irish Springs for the extra perfume taste. She made sure it was going to taste better. And then when I would walk out, she would look at me and say, top of the morning to you, sonny boy. That's my mom. She was a G, okay? Now, I got 2 kids myself. I tried to carry out some of what I grew up with. with my kid, so my son was acting a fool. He's 9. I said, hey, buddy, I need you to go get a Switch. He goes, okay, Dad. He disappears. He comes back and walks up to me with his fucking Nintendo. A fucking Nintendo. It hurt a lot more than a branch did when I whooped his ass with it. And he was grounded from it because it broke the screen, so he couldn't play the damn thing. So how about that? All right, give me a round of applause, guys. Y'all are still with me. I know it's tough. I'm trying to break this crowd. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I get the honor now to bring up Ryan, and I talked to you guys about Ryan, and all joking aside about Grinder, this is a younger comic that's coming in and putting his time in. He's actually going to pop his cherry tonight in his first professional booking tonight. So let's give it up for Ryan. No pressure. No pressure. Take it away, my man.